Welcome to High Frequency Vibrations, a podcast powered by Wellness Theatre. In this podcast, we speak about tarot, spirituality, and how to make magic in our daily lives. I am Buvoland, and today we explore how the Hermit can help us reshape a positive relationship with the internet, notifications, social media, and chats. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much for the feedback you sent me. It was wonderful to feel your engagement, and now I can imagine all of your lovely faces here listening to me. Let's jump right in by talking about the word connection. Humans are wired to connect, to seek external information, stimuli, and relationships with other humans. The massive success of the internet, social media, and chats in our era stems from their ability, at least at the beginning, to provide more access to information, to connect us with distant people across time and space, and to allow us to share and express ourselves. That said, we're not here to make sterile complaints, but it's undeniable that the internet has taken a darker turn and become another potential danger. But, dear listeners, we are here to show that it's possible to shift this madness towards something healthier. Let's see how. Today, we'll focus on what I believe to be the most important thing we have: time. One of the biggest challenges I hear about from my friends is the way the internet pulls us in the moment we start using it. How often have you, out of boredom, opened Instagram and suddenly lost 20 easy minutes, if not more? I mean, Instagram is just one example. Here is where the Hermit steps in and encourages us to trust that naggy feeling of emptiness we experience when we finally manage to put down the phone exhausted. The Hermit appears beside us on the couch, in the bathroom, at the bus stop, and whispers, "Hey, your time is important. Your time is precious." The Hermit reminds us that we can take control of our time if we decide to do so, and if we find the courage to follow the path into the woods. In the last episode, we said that the Hermit invites us to listen to ourselves and to find moments of contemplation, silence, and connection with nature. The more our lives have become dependent on the internet, the more our bodies crave time in nature. The more we live in the noise of endless information, the more we need to balance our minds by silencing the constant stream of things we process. For those who missed the previous episode, I provided a general explanation of the Hermit and the division of the tarot into Major and Minor Arcana. If you haven't yet, look up an image of the Hermit and keep it nearby, or glance at it occasionally. It can be of help. The Hermit is a wise guide we can trust in times like this. He appears to point us toward the path we should take. He offers hidden medicine, and with his light, he shows us the way. This way is a path and is both an inner and an outer journey. In this period of value crisis, the Hermit encourages us to turn inward and welcome our need for solitude. From there, we can carve out space and time for genuine connection with ourselves and nature, our natural habitat, where our bodies automatically relax and regain balance. The Hermit guides us to independence, teaching us to understand that we can always choose how and when to participate in collective life, whether in person or digitally. After all, no doctor has prescribed using every moment of boredom to connect to the internet. Instagram isn't a medical device to compensate for every void, boredom, or anxiety we experience. Here in Fuerteventura, where I live, nature is overwhelming. It's as if the Hermit is constantly walking through its path and allies. The call of nature is a silent roar that summons us with an incredible force. In my community, we often talk about and practice digital detox. Quick note for new listeners. I am Buvoland, and in 2022, I moved to Fuerteventura, a remote island, to live a simpler life, closer to nature, where I feel free to be and to create. Here in Fuerte, many of us choose to stay off our phones for hours. For example, I often disconnect by heading into the middle of nowhere, where there's no signal at all, removing temptation entirely. And I can assure you that even just 2-3 hours without notifications, stimuli, or digital interaction can recharge your nervous system. It's amazing how time seems to stretch. Hours feel like days. And when I'm out there, disconnected, the Hermit seems to emerge from a rock to guide me inward. Because once we've embarked on a momentary journey of solitude, we must face the hardest challenge of all, being with ourselves and reconnecting with our bodies, with our breath, sensations, emotions, and thoughts. Are we still capable of this? Well, the Hermit is here to tell us that we must do it if we want to restore balance to this planet. Solitude, nature, and retreat are fundamental ingredients for restoring our biological and human functioning. We are stressed because we no longer embrace pauses, breaks, and boredom. Only in silence can we hear our inner voice, which tells us our truth and what we truly need. In the last episode, I suggested making a list of small ways to integrate more nature and solitude in your daily life. Today's exercise is digital. Begin planning time away from your phone. For example, on Thursday after work, put your phone in airplane mode for 2 hours. If you don't like airplane mode, remember that every smartphone has digital well-being settings. Unlike airplane mode, these settings allow you to remain connected to the internet while blocking notifications, chat, and social media temporarily. Here you have it. A portion of quality time you can dedicate solely to yourself. Spoiler alert, by doing this exercise, you realize how automatic and compulsive it is to reach for your phone every 2 seconds, to check the time, take a photo, post a story, text someone, or reply to somebody else. Even today, we reached the end of this episode. Thank you so much for sharing your precious time with me. See you in the next episode.